finished building the house of the Lord. And the king's house, he built the Lord's house, and then he built his house. Somebody scream God first.
God first.
He built the Lord's house, and then he built his house. And read.
And all Solomon's desire, which he was pleased to do, that the Lord appeared to Solomon the second time, as he had appeared unto him at Gibeon.
Underline second time. This is not the first time. This is the second time the Lord appears to David's son. You got to know that he's David's son. It gives you a concept of how he must have been trained as a boy. The Lord appears to him the second time.
And the Lord said unto him, I have heard thy prayer and thy supplication that thou hast made before me. I have hallowed this house which thou hast built, to put my name there forever, and mine eyes and my heart shall be there perpetually.
I made the house holy. I heard you. The house that you have built, my name will be there perpetually, all the time. That means I'm not going to leave except you force me out. He says, my eyes and my heart shall be there. Aren't you glad that God's eyes and his heart is with us? God is watching you. God is watching us. By virtues of him declaring that he would be in his midst, or in our midst, we know that he is aware of what's going on in our environment. There is nothing overtaking heaven by surprise. Whatever will surprise within the earth is simply an earthly surprise. And we have to struggle to the end of the thing, whereby God is in heaven, seeing if we're going to use his word to get to the final result. He sees, he knows, and there are times we go through different things in life. We've got to understand this. Whatever it is, regardless of how bad it is or how good it is, God has his eyes on it. And not only is his eyes on it, but his heart is in it. It's different than seeing something. You can ride down the highway and see an accident on the side of the road. Your eyes is on it. But if you know who that person is, your heart is in it. God said, not only am I looking at it, but my heart is in it. And verse 4 says,
And if thou wilt walk before me, as David thy father walked, in integrity of heart.
Underline integrity of heart. If you walk in integrity of heart and in uprightness,
to do according to all that I have commanded thee.
Underline all, the word all. To do all that I have commanded thee.
And will keep my statutes and my judgments.
Then, verse 5.
Then will I establish the throne of thy kingdom upon Israel forever.
Understand, God is in the midst, but the throne is not established.
As I promised David thy father, saying, there shall not fail thee a man upon the throne of Israel. But if ye shall at all turn from following me.
Verse 6. But I'm going to be there. My eyes is there. But if you shall at all turn from following me.
Ye or your...
Wait. His eyes and his heart is there. So he knows when we turn. Turn is not an action before it is a thought. He said, my heart is there. And that means I'm in tune with your heart. So before your actions turn, I know when your mind is turned. Reading.
ye or your children, and will not keep my
Wait,
commandments.
wait, I can't go that fast. But if ye shall at all turn from following me, here it is. Ye or, don't make me preach now. He says, you or your children, which strongly suggests that a parent is accountable for making sure that a child doesn't turn. Y'all don't know. Tell somebody, I'm responsible for my children. If your children is running amok, the glory of God can leave us because you won't do what you ought to be doing with your, it's in the text, it's in the text. He says, not only will you not turn, but you got to make sure that your children don't act like Beelzebub. Make sure your children don't act like the devil. When my children are a certain age, I am their God. I was getting some amens. Come on, we want the glory of God to stay. The Lord been dealing with it. He said, if you get the children back in, my glory will come back in, because people are going to heaven and leaving the children to go to hell. You can't shout and dance and your children are just like demons. You got to stop shouting and go home and teach these children how to be saved. That's why the glory of God is departing from the church. It's right there. Read verse 6 again.
But if ye shall at all
That's
turn
you. If you shall at all turn from following me,
ye or your children,
ye or your children,
and will not keep my commandments and my statutes, which I have set before you, but go and serve other gods and worship them.
Stop. What is the subject? What is it? The enemy of compromise. See, before I get deep in this, let me deal with the elementary part of compromise. We ain't compromising with drinking. We ain't compromising with smoking and doping. We ain't compromising with all this other. We compromising with family. And it's a gradual trend that will lead eventually to other things. Because if family get out of hand, you might drink.
That's right.
If husband get out of hand, you might want to take a drink. If wife get out of hand, it'll make you want to. Come on, brethren, can I help you? The enemy of compromise. So the enemy is trying to get us through our children. This is tight, y'all. This is tight. When the word of God comes, mamas and daddies ought to make your children wake up and listen. Oh, I felt my dance. Because we want to dance on a house. We want to dance on a car. You need to dance on this. Tell your children when the preacher get up, you wake up. It's right there in this text. Our children are gradually